Abercrombie Kids is bringing the cheer all holiday season and the gifts too. No matter how long their wish list is, there's always room for just one more. Whether it's a new winter coat, an extra pair of jeans, or cozy matching sweat sets, get gifting with looks they've been waiting for all year. Shop Abercrombie Kids in the app, online, and in stores.
We are
cultivate.
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 We are cultivate.
Hello and welcome to Ye Olde Crime, where we discuss the funny, strange, and obscure crimes of yesteryear. I'm your host, Lindsay Valenti, and with me is my sister and co-host, Maddie Savage.
Hello.
Hello there.
Long time no see.
I know, it's been a hot second. Should we just dive into it?
Let's dive into it.
So today, we are going to be discussing Corgarff Castle.
Ooh, I like a good castle.
I do too. Information was pulled from the following sources: Atlas Obscura, Britain Express, Castle Finders, The Castles of Scotland, Two Great Castles Links, Hidden Scotland Post by Graham Johncock, Stravingshire Around Scotland, Undiscovered Scotland, and Wikipedia.
All right.
You can't guess where it is.
Quick aside, support Wikipedia, please. Everybody donate $1.
Yes.
They need our help.
Wikipedia is amazing, so we need to give them our support.
Please let it stay.
Yeah.
Please do something nice, Internet.
Yeah. And thank you to Carrie Ann for her research assistance on this episode. And links to all of these articles will be included in the show notes. We wouldn't be here without support from listeners like you. If you're interested in supporting us financially, you can leave a one-time or monthly donation over on Buy Me a Coffee or our Venmo page. Links are in the show notes. And we make a point of reaching out to send you a thank you note and stickers to show our appreciation.
Want to show your support in a more concrete way? Pick up some Ye Olde Crime merch over at our TeePublic shop. We shout out whenever there is a sale each month, and we work to make sure we're creating new designs and changing it up whenever possible. And hey, thanks for listening.
Now, we've covered several castles on this show, and this week we're heading back to Scotland to discuss a truly one-of-a-kind structure.
Okay, so not your standard stone with a moat?
Yes, it is not your standard castle.
All right.
Corgarff Castle is located in northeastern Scotland in Aberdeenshire, just west of the village of Corgarff and on the edge of the Cairnmorms National Park.
All right. That's a lot of words.
Yeah, that is a lot of words. And I had to Google Translate at least 3 of them.
I figured, yeah, that was a mouthful. Wow. You were just talking about like what, 2 places? Impressive.
Thank you. It occupies a lonely area at the head of Strathdon, which at first glance doesn't seem to be of much significance until you learn that it's between the rivers of Dee and Spey, and it was a vital route between Aberdeenshire and Speyside.
Okay, so like a pretty important trade route.
Yes.
At some point.
Yeah. Through the mountains.
Ugh.
Yeah. Located 427 meters above sea level, it holds a strategic position on the central mountain route.
Okay.
Corgarff isn't what most people would think of when you say the word castle. I'm going to send you a link so you can...
I don't know why, but that seems so rude, right?
Yeah.
Like, when somebody looks at it, they don't go, "That's a castle." Like, that's kinda I don't know. That's not even, like, a backhanded compliment, like, that's just mean.
So I am going to send you a link to see this castle. Because once you see it, you will understand why it doesn't look like your typical castle.
It's a golf course.
Someone buried someone there.
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of bodies. Where there's a castle, there's always at least one body. Oh,
Right?
okay. Yeah, I guess I would assume it would be like a monastery.
Yes. And I will explain what it looks like because obviously this is a podcast. So you
Right.
can't see. I will
It's
include
cool,
pictures.
though.
Yeah. I will include pictures on the social media post when this episode comes out.
Mhm.
But to paint the picture, with its tall white walls, it looks more like a farmhouse than a castle.
Mhm.
It consists of a tower house enclosed by a simple, or it consisted in its original form as a tower house enclosed by a simple rectangular defensive wall. So that's what the original
Okay.
one looked like. Now, the forest of Corgarff and the surrounding lands had been granted to the first Lord Elphinstone, Alexander, on December 10th, 1507, by King James IV.
Cool name, bro.
Right? There are conflicting reports on when the castle was built, with some stating 1530, others saying 1546, and others saying as late as 1550. So it's kind of a
listen,
range.
building things takes time. So maybe like the first structure was then, and then the other structure was at another time.
Yep. Regardless, by September 4th, 1546, Corgarff Castle was under the control of the third Lord Elphinstone, Robert, after it was gifted to him by his father following his marriage to Margaret Drummond of Innerperfre.
What a wedding gift.
Right? Here's a castle.
Yeah,
Casual.
here's a castle. Like you don't have to wait for your inheritance. Like that's huge.
Yeah.
He must have really loved his son.
I guess. It was later leased to the Forbes of Towie, a powerful family from the nearby small hamlet, following their marriage into the Elphinstone family.
Oh my gosh, they're so generous.
I know. They're like, come on in.
Like, welcome to the family. Here's a castle. Like, what?
The lands had previously been held by the Earls of Mar, who lost them and their title in 1435 when King James I annexed them. So they did something bad.
Ooh, rough. They did something bad or he did something bad and they saw it.
Yeah, and they were like, mm-mm. Now, the castle consisted of a rubble-built tower measuring roughly 10.9 meters, or 36 feet, east to west, and 7.5 meters, or 25 feet, north to south, and it stood at 10 meters, or 33 feet high. Okay. So it's kind of small.
Yeah.
But the walls of the building...
Starter castle.
Yeah. The walls of the building are around 1.8 meters, or 6 feet thick.
Dang. Okay, so this was meant to, like, sustain cannonball attacks.
Yes. It was a thick boy.
Nobody's huffing or puffing that structure down.
According to Stravanging, quote, originally the castle consisted of a basement level with 2 vaulted cellars, above which was a vaulted main hall. At the east end of the first floor was a low vaulted kitchen with a small vaulted mezzanine level above it. On the second floor was a non-vaulted story divided into 2 chambers, and above that, a garret. The entrance was at first floor level and would have been reached by wooden steps. A stone staircase in the kitchen gave access to the cellars below and to the floors above. End quote.
I don't know if I would trust wooden stairs in a castle.
Well, and they were outside, too.
Yeah, like... Do you remember when I lived in that house, that duplex in Northeast, and the outdoor stairs were like a death trap?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I imagine.
And this is in the mountains in Scotland, which is
Yeah.
like wet and foggy and kind of gloomy. Like,
Yeah. All it takes is one too damp piece of wood to like snap or slip.
mm-hmm.
You're out of there, my friend.
And according to Britain Express, an external stair would have been used to access the first floor, and the secondary buildings at the base of the tower would have included a bakehouse, brewery, stables, and a well. Because obviously you need to get water.
Wow. But like a bakehouse too? How fancy.
Mm-hmm. For generations, the Forbes family, who played a significant role in the Scottish Wars of Independence from 1296 to 1357, fought for control of this vital section of Scotland against the Gordons, who were an equally influential clan.
Okay. So clan versus clan, not Scottish versus English or something like that.
Yes.
Okay.
And following the Scottish Reformation, the feud between the two families intensified. The Forbes had converted to Protestantism.
Oh no. Religion got in it.
Mm-hmm. While the Gordons remained Catholic. So now you're adding another level to this feud they have.
That's bad.
Yeah. And while minor squabbles were certainly typical amongst noble families, what would follow as a result of Mary Queen of Scots' abdication would leave a lasting impression on Aberdeenshire.
Yeah. Oh no.
In 1571, 20 members of the Gordon clan were massacred during a banquet at Drummonor Castle.
Oh my.
And later that year, during the Battle of Tillinghast, 150 members of House Forbes were killed, including the 6th Lord Forbes, Commander Black Arthur of Poutier.
Why so many murder? Like, why it like went to this like idyllic, super great thing? Like, we're just like trading and being friends, and now there's just all these mass murders and conflicts.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what happened during that time? Did everybody just go?
Well, because they're fighting over that land. They're fighting over that section.
The access.
Yes.
For trade. And I get it, but why wasn't it like steadily violent, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It just seemed like it was super great initially, and then people were like, wait a minute, that's a good idea, I want that.
It went from 0 to 100 real quick.
Really quick, and like generations.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like it.
In November of 1571, when Adam Gordon Auchendown, who had just won the Battle of Tillinghast, had his army march to Corgarff, where he found the doors barred and the castle walls handled by women and children.
Leave him alone.
Because the men had just been out fighting in that battle.
Yeah. Yeah, go away.
Adam was banking on the women who were left alone while the men were off fighting to kind of roll over and hand the castle over without a fuss. What he didn't count on was Lady Margaret Campbell, the pregnant wife of Lord Forbes of Towie.
Ooh, hell hath no fury.
Mm-hmm.
What'd she do?
So Captain Thomas Kerr of the Gordon forces was sent ahead to reason with Lady Margaret, demanding that she open the gates to avoid any further bloodshed. Because remember, they had just slaughtered 150 members of the Forbes clan.
Right. Yeah. They were like, listen, we just stopped killing your sons and your brothers and your uncles and your fathers and your husbands. Let us in.
Yep.
That seems reasonable.
Yeah. Lady Margaret had no such plans, and in response, fired a warning shot to show just how serious she was.
Hell yeah.
Unfortunately, The bullet
No.
struck and shattered one of the captain's kneecaps, which angered the soldiers who had been standing nearby.
That would have been insanely painful. And if they died, they would have died slow. Oh my god. Like I have a tiny little bone in my kneecap that's a little bit higher, and it feels like death. I can't imagine it shattering.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
To this day, it's unclear if this was intentional on the part of Lady Margaret or if it was just an accident. Like if she had been aiming for his knee or if it had just kind of like
not.
gone wild. I'm assuming she did it on purpose.
Okay. Dang.
As you can imagine, Adam Gordon was furious, and he ordered his men to gather firewood and kindling and place it around the perimeter of the walls of Corgarff.
He was going to cook them.
Adam meant business, and in response to the lady's aggression, he ordered the castle to be burnt.
Oh, fuck.
Soon, Lady Margaret, along with her children, other women, other children, and servants, perished in the blaze. And the total numbered around 27 people.
Jeez. So at the end of it, they kind of massacred almost 200 some people in that clan by the end of their rampage. But they also burned the one thing they wanted.
Yeah.
Idiots.
Now, one story states that the residents of Corgarff ran to the garret to send a young woman out to find aid, like kind of through the window.
Mm-hmm.
In the story, a slender young woman was wrapped in a blanket and thrown from the window.
Oh, God.
Another version states that sheets were tied together and she was lowered from the window. I'm assuming it's the second.
Hopefully. Really hoping that was it. But even then, she'd be like a target.
Yeah.
How could you not spot that?
In both tellings, the young woman falls on one of the bayonets of Gordon's men, dying shortly after.
Yeah. I don't know how you couldn't see her doing that.
Yeah.
You just kind of sent her off to her death.
The ballad Edom o Gordon was composed about this event by one of the soldiers, who was moved by the young woman's beauty. A little too late. I mean, she's dead.
Kind of messed up, my guy.
Yeah. Fun fact. It is said that on quiet evenings, you can still hear the cries of the women and children as they burned alive.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Cool story, Scotland. Great.
Mm-hmm. And the spirit of a girl is said to wander the upper floors of the tower. Now, I don't know if that's supposed to be like the young woman or if it's like a small child. It was kind of unclear. It just said girl.
It's definitely a demon.
Yeah. Now, Corgarff would be repaired and was briefly seized in 1607 when local bandits broke in using hammers and battering rams.
Bandits just had battering rams?
I mean, I guess. I mean, don't you just have a battering ram handy?
I mean, of all of the households, I probably could have a battering ram in my house. But no, I do not currently.
Facts. 2 years later, in 1609, Highlanders raided the castle, stealing all the livestock.
Oh my. Mm-hmm. That's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Yeah. An order wouldn't be restored until 1626, when it fell into the hands of the 18th Earl of Mar, John Arshin.
And he was like, what do I do with this?
He's like,
This like super haunted, burnt castle thing.
Now, in June of 1645, Corgarff became the base of the Marquis of Montrose, James Graham, after it was granted to him by King Charles I. At the time it was granted to him, it was in ruins. It was like done.
Yeah. Kind of a messed up gift, but okay.
Hey. The Marquis commanded the Royalists in Scotland during their civil war And Corgarff was used as a supply base and a mustering point. So it was kind of like the place that you would go to kind of refuel.
For cover. Yeah.
Now, the castle once more became the epicenter of a power struggle in 1688 at the start of the Glorious Revolution, aka the Jacobite Rising of 1689 and 1690.
All right.
The following year, in 1689, Jacobite supporters burnt the castle to the ground to prevent it from falling into the hands of the royalist soldiers under the command of William of Orange.
I mean,
this poor castle.
It's already not super great, right? And this would be a really great fuck you. Like, you can't even have its bones.
It sure wasn't insured for fire damage, we'll just say that.
Absolutely not. Which is like 6 feet a wall? Like, that would take so long to burn.
Mm-hmm. The Jacobite Rising of 1715 once more saw Corgarff used as a meeting point at the end of August by the Earl of Mar as he and his royalist troops marched towards Braemar Castle from his seat at Kildrummy.
Did they burn it too, just for fun? Like, it's tradition now to part of it on your way.
The battle concluded on September 6th, when Corgarff was once more returned to the Forbes family. The castle would be set ablaze in 1716 by Hanoverians to punish the Earl of Mar.
Oh my god. So how many times has this place burned at this point?
So
at least 4.
This is 3 at this point.
3.
At least 3. Maybe 4, but at least 3.
Yeah. It's like a rite of passage.
Yeah. So 31 years later, Corgarff would be pulled into the second Jacobite Rising when it became a weapons cache for the Highland Jacobites under the leadership of the young pretender, Bonnie Prince Charles Edward Stuart.
Can the Jacobites just like leave this poor place alone? They're like a box on this poor castle. Like, they're just like a curse of people on this poor castle.
They're a flaming curse on this castle.
Quite literally. Like,
well, because remember, this is like a pivotal point on this route.
I get it.
But yeah.
I get it, but like,
yeah.
Damn.
300 royalist foot soldiers and 100 dragoons, led by the Earl of Incrum, William Kerr, raided Corgarff on March 2nd, 1746, and the weapons, which numbered over 300 muskets and ammunition stored there, were either destroyed or confiscated after the Jacobites fled.
Dang. That would have been... If they, like, actually confiscated them, that would have been quite the victory.
That would have been a huge haul.
Dang.
And the fighting between the Jacobites and the Royalists would persist until the Battle of Culloden on April 16th, 1746, which was the final conflict of the Jacobite uprising.
And the last fire.
The final fire.
The final fire. I'm not siding with the Royalists, but the Jacobites are not nice to this location.
They're like, if we can't have it, you can't either. Burn it.
Yeah. It's very much a mine. Mine.
Now, the British government purchased Corgarff in 1748 in an effort to aid in their subduing of the Highlands.
Okay. I'm starting to see why they like setting it off.
As noted by Stravaging, quote, small one-story wings were added to the east and west sides of the main tower, probably as accommodation for officers, and the upper floors of the tower were converted into barracks for the soldiers. The vaulting and mezzanine level on the first floor were removed and a new floor inserted, making the top half of the main hall into the new second floor. The most striking alteration, and the one for which the castle is most famous, is an 8-pointed star-shaped curtain wall, which was built around the castle, with many slits to allow the castle's occupants to fire their muskets at every conceivable angle, end quote.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the wall is the defining feature. It's really cool.
Yes. And fun fact, the star-shaped encircling wall design is shared by only one other castle, Braemar Castle, which is about 12 miles southwest of Corgarff.
Nice.
So it's kind of cool that there's only like 2 in the world that have that like star-shaped wall.
Yeah. It is really cool. It's very striking. In more ways than one.
A permanent military garrison was installed at Corgarff of around 50 men, although it was usually around 23 who would occupy the castle at a time.
Okay.
Whose job was to ensure that the Highlanders didn't carry any weapons or wear the kilts or tartans of their clans, which had been banned just 2 years previously with the Dress Act of 1746.
Gross.
Under the command of Ensign Robert Rutherford, they were to patrol West Aberdeenshire, and any offenders were to be detained at Corgarff before being transported to Perth or Aberdeen to stand trial.
Ugh.
At Corgarff, the West Pavilion was home to the brew house and bakehouse, and while the soldiers would bake their own food, a local brewer would visit the castle once a week to make beer.
So cute.
Mm-hmm.
I love that they make their own food.
Mm-hmm.
The old homesteaders.
Meanwhile, the East Pavilion housed the guardhouse and the prison. I'm assuming it was like a 1 or 2 cell prison.
Yeah, probably pretty minimal.
Life would finally quiet down at Corgarff in 1802, when it was rented as a farmhouse by local farmer James McCarty.
I love that.
According to Great Castles, quote, in 1826, he is recorded as holding a license to distill whiskey on the premises. However, in July of the same year, his distillery was set on fire and destroyed, end quote.
No! The curse of the Jacobites.
No!
No! They were like, we don't like this particular kind of your whiskey. They disagreed with an ingredient.
Its last controversy, however, would take place just a few decades later in 1827, when it became a military zone once more to combat the illegal whiskey smuggling and distillation that had become prevalent in the area.
Just let them live.
Let them drink and be merry, honestly.
Right? They're in the mountains.
They're in the middle of nowhere.
Been great. They need to share the whiskey with the ghosts, right? Like, let them have it.
You took away people's kilts and their tartans. Let them have some whiskey.
And their munitions.
Let them have this. Corgarff and its anti-smuggling garrison would remain in place until 1831, when the government essentially abandoned it, after which farm laborers used it. Because why not? It's abandoned.
That sounds about right. That the government's like, too expensive to maintain. It's still ours, but we're not going to look at it anymore.
Yeah. They're like deuces. And other people are like, squatters' rights.
Yep. Look at all this confiscated stuff.
Yeah. There's a big house. The last known inhabitants of the property were 2 sisters named Ross, who vacated it during the First World War. They were often referred to as the Ladies Ross because they lived in this castle.
Cute. I love that.
Sir Edmund Stockdale, who would go on to become the Lord Mayor of London, and his wife, Lady Louise, purchased the surrounding estate in 1947. At that time, Corgarff lay in ruins, which is not surprising.
Yeah. Lots of stuff was in ruins in 1947.
Yeah. In 1961, the Stockdales placed Corgarff into state care, and the castle was restored to its 1750 appearance, including the striking white Harling walls.
So cool.
Ownership was later transferred to the Lanark Highland and Friendly Society in 1979, and Historic Scotland now protects, maintains, and runs the estate.
No fires as of late.
No. And returning to the castle's hauntings, screams and crying seem to come from the rooms in the restored castle's Redcoat Barracks, which, back in the late 1500s, would have been the hall and living area.
Yeah. Probably where a lot of them hid.
Mm-hmm. And at the time of this recording, Corgarff was still open to the public daily from April 1st to September 30th each year from 9:30 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. It is closed for the remainder of the year, which makes sense because I don't think you want to go there in the winter, especially in the mountains.
Yeah, they don't really have heating, I'm assuming.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming it's not a heated
like
facility.
A central air kind of situation.
Yeah. And ticket costs are minimal, with adult admission set at £6 or a little over $8, £3.60 or just under $5 for children aged 5 to 15, and of course, children under the age of 5 can get in for free.
Nice.
And that is the fiery history of Corgarff Castle.
It's just so sad.
So much burning.
I know. It's just the immediate song is "We didn't start the fire" because like they were doing it to prevent others from having it.
Yep.
But you cannot have it.
But yeah, it's a really cool looking castle, and
it is. I like it.
It would be a cool place to visit.
Mm-hmm. For sure.
If you love the show, the best way to support us is to leave a 5-star rating and review on Apple Podcasts, Podchaser, Good Pods, CastBox, Podcast Addict, and or Audible. Links to all of these are in our show notes, or if you're already listening on one of these platforms, you know what to do.
Oh, and while you're at it, shoot us a question you'd like to hear us answer on the pod. We'll give you a special shout out and address your burning questions all at the same time. The weirder, the better. Submit them via link in our show notes or shoot them to us in our DMs.
And I don't have any listener questions. So on that note, what is something good you'd like to share?
We get our baby starting this week.
Nice.
My stepdaughter has winter break, and she gets to spend pretty much all of it with us aside from a few days. And we haven't had the opportunity to have her long term like this since the summer.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's huge. And we're super stoked. Like, we definitely got her more presents than we probably should have. And she grew out of like all of she I think at least is like 3 inches taller. At least. So like I got her a bunch of clothes to help keep her warm while she's with us because her winter clothes were a little too short. So she's got like cool clothes and presents, and I'm gonna fluff her Snorlax bed so that he's like nice and puffy for her. So I don't know. My good thing, like, she's just a delight. She's one of like the coolest kids I've ever met, and we have a really great relationship, and we have a really great co-parenting relationship with her mom and her stepdad.
Mm-hmm.
So like, it's just always really cool and great to interact with them. So the fact that like we get to see all of them and share, we got presents for the 2 littles, her half siblings too. So
that's nice.
We're gonna do all that this week, and it'll be really great. So that's my good thing. Is I get to see my part-time kid again. My bonus kid. Yay. How about you? What's one good thing?
My good thing is the book club that I'm a part of. We started back up again. We took I feel like 2 years off. And maybe it was just a year. I don't remember. Just because we all
I think it was a year and some change for sure.
Yeah. Because we all got super busy and half of them are teachers. So it makes sense. But we've been meeting up again. I think I mentioned a while ago one of the books that we were reading, which was The Bookwoman of This month. We are reading The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, which is another really good book. I'm still reading it, and we have a meeting tomorrow. But in my defense...
Hey, at least you're reading it.
In my defense, I have also been reading another book for an author that I'm going to be interviewing on the podcast soon. So I've been kind of going back and forth to make sure that I get that book finished before I interview them. So
that makes sense.
But it's really good, and I'm fairly confident I can finish reading it tonight. Yeah, I enjoy being able to meet up with these ladies once a month and talk about books, read something new that I probably wouldn't normally pick for myself. And we're going to meet up for dinner at Keys tomorrow night. So that'll be fun.
I don't know why, but I wanted to say Buffalo Wild Wings. It'd be the worst place to have a
Oh
book
my
club.
God.
All the TVs, it would be so loud.
It would be so loud. And it's not even that good. I don't like Buffalo Wild Wings. It's expensive and the food sucks. Sorry if BT Dubs is your favorite. But
I mean, I don't seek it out, but I don't think it's that bad.
Maybe it's just the one that I went to. It wasn't good.
Their honey barbecue is pretty good.
Yeah. Maybe it was just the one that I went to. It wasn't good. Who knows? I go there maybe once every
We should go. Let us Goyles go sometime.
Okay.
Because actually, my bonus kid really likes it a lot. She does. She loves a good boneless wing. She can take down 20 of them.
Dang.
It's startling and fascinating at once.
That's a lot of meat.
She just that and beef jerky.
I
don't think I
haven't had a good beef jerky in a while.
Right?
I should find.
We ordered beef. We actually ordered beef sticks because we know that she's coming this week. And my husband was really excited because he forgot about beef sticks. He's like, "Oh my God, that sounds really great."
There's a butcher near me that does specialty beef sticks. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, oh, I should go there and stock up on specialty beef sticks.
There you go.
The thing you
think
about.
Season.
'Tis the season for beef sticks.
Isn't it the beef sticks and aged cheddar and the port wine spread?
There you go.
Whatever else, and the crackers that are the worst crackers ever that you end up replacing with Ritz or Townhouse. Anyway. Yeah.
All right, shall we?
Let's go eat some beef sticks.
Let's go eat some beef sticks. We love to hear from you, and there's a couple of ways you can reach out to us. You can email us at yeoldecrimepodcast@gmail.com, where you can send us story ideas, share any spooky stories you may have, fun gifts, or even just to say hello.
You can also reach out to us via snail mail. Remember mail? Our mailing address is Ye Olde Crime Podcast, P.O. Box 341, Wyoming, Minnesota 55092. Fun fact, we like to send out thank you cards with fun stickers you can't get at our shop, so it's worth the cost of a stamp.
Want to be social with us? You can see pics from this week's episode, bonus content, and funny memes on X at Ye Olde Crime Pod, or on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, and YouTube at Ye Olde Crime Podcast.
Speaking of YouTube, we have a special playlist just for our Can You Crack the Cramp Word segments with our guest podcasters to see who can correctly guess the meaning of some obscure Victorian slang terms. If that's your thing, check it out.
And on that note, as always, I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Madison.
And we'll see you next time with another tale
as old as crime.
Make their holiday unforgettable with a gift that says it all from Pandora Jewelry. A gift that tells a story and shows you know theirs. That doesn't just sparkle, but speaks. This season, give a gift that's perfectly theirs. Whether you're shopping for a shiny surprise for your significant other, matching bracelets to celebrate your friendship, or a heartfelt gift for a family member, say more this holiday season with Pandora. Shop at Pandora.net or your local Pandora store.